All right, grab my wrist. Hold this camera. Grab my wrist. Hold on.
Grab wrist.
Head forward. Relax. Breathe in.
Yeah.
Breathe out.
Breathe out.
Oh my God, that felt so fucking. Everything just cracked. No, tag in. Get Dr. Rooney.
Come on, man.
Hold that. Hold my phone.
You're the only one here that can do this. No, I mean, don't fucking crack my stomach.
But are you ready? Hey, Robbie. Oh! Did it work?
Yeah, see? That's how crazy I am. Stack until it falls over playing. Yeah, you heard me.
Are you okay tonight?
You heard me.
Look, I know you ain't up north. You down here? Yeah,
you heard me.
Here, Tyler, put this in there.
Up on it, look at the motor and.
What did I get? I'm just standing here.
Yeah.
Sure. We have a car show or Grudge race. What we doing?
Make a slip. That door can only open 3 foot.
Come on, bro. I'm not locking in. I'm not locking in for.
No lights on now. This is in the dark.
I'll call you back.
Doesn't have lights.
Yeah, look.
I'll call you back.
He said, God, that's
That's crazy stock box.
Daddy will call you back, all right?
So is this? What's your name?
No one.
No. Oh wait, I know you. Let Jackson in there.
It's not on a need to know a basis.
I'll call you back.
I've seen that car before.
Oh, he's all up in there.
He's like, in the trailer.
Stock block, man. You know.
I just make the money. I'm just
That is a stock block.
That's a Chevrolet Fairmont, right?
No, it's a Malibu.
Chevrolet Fairmont. It's a joke.
It's Chevy.
Ah, he gets it. One fucker here gets it. The floor looks like it's like frozen over.
It came from Connecticut. Dude, it's fucking cold. It's still falling out. Went through a blizzard to get here.
I say we back the car to the trailer and do the driver's meeting inside there.
Is it a race car?
It's a street car. We're racing on the
Fucking
street.
race
Hold
car.
on, you're
Hold
not
up.
backing out, are you?
No, hell no.
How is it a street car?
It's a fucking street car, they said. So we can drive it from here to the spot?
Absolutely. Towed behind the fucking Dodge. It'd be nothing crazy. Just trying to have fun.
Oh, yeah. So how much y'all want to do it for?
Well, he all has
What I said had nothing to do with any of this, I guarantee you.
You mean y'all tell me?
It don't matter.
I love their accent.
I know, I like it.
Accent?
What do you think?
You got the accent.
No.
You guys name it.
Whatever.
I'm just gonna fucking.
What, are you sure whatever?
Why are you talking in the
You
darkest
sure with whatever?
Whatever.
I'm gonna make you eat those words now.
Please.
Are you sure?
Please.
Hold on, wait. Somebody get some light. Cause I can't even see it also.
Where's Chris at? Chris!
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 Who the fuck
I gotta
is Chris?
see how
No,
much they want
which
bet.
Chris? Like 4 of them look.
They know who I'm looking for.
That Chris.
How much y'all wanna race this fucking G-body for? In the street.
Who's fucking racing?
All right, everybody get away from the trailer, please.
You got your whole fucking crew here.
Yeah, he got a lot of money. Nah, he's not allowed over here. He got a lot of money. He got a lot of money over here.
Everybody move forward, please.
Where we going?
The trailer.
Oh, watch out. No scratch. Can't scratch the black hell.
Don't do 2,500.
Don't
Do 2,500.
win a new trailer.
Let's
make it $3 grand.
You want to do a first round? You want to do a grudge?
You
Or
want to do a grudge or you want to do a shootout?
We'll do a grudge.
If y'all are gonna grudge, just go first down in the street to shoot out. So
Yeah,
that way
but
we don't have to waste
no,
time.
because they want to win the money too. You know what I mean? Like, I'd rather do it. You know what I mean?
You want to do it before or after the shootout?
Let's do it.
We'll do it after.
Yeah, you gonna let us get data too?
Because we're gonna get the same data you are.
No data.
Come on. Data or data? Damn it.
I don't know what they call it.
I don't either.
We're gonna roll 200 foot out of the rubber when we do it for 4,500.
I'm doing the shootout, and that's all I'm doing. So if you
So you're not grudging? You're not grudging?
I mean, if you guys want to side bet, that's fine. But like I'm racing the shootout.
Well, we can do the
wants to race in
shootout and
the
then
shootout.
race.
No, he wants to race in the shootout.
No, we're after the money. We're after the money. We could draw a duck first round. I mean, we're willing to grudge for
I
2,500.
hear. I hear.
Well, if y'all do that,
You can-
call
you
each other
can
out
even
first
do
round
the
and then just
shootout.
side bet
You
on
guys
it.
side bet all you want, but I'm focused on the shootout.
So now your guy's backing out.
He might be.
But if you guys want to catch it after or before, that's fine.
Well, he don't want to put extra hits on the car after. But
For
if you guys want to
$2,500, he don't want to put extra hits on the car.
he's gonna win $7 grand right now.
It is a race car. I seen it. It's a fucking race car.
It is a race car.
He's about to win $7 grand
Oh, okay. Well, then why wouldn't he have a problem putting one more hit on for 2,500?
because we can collect.
He's gonna put 8 on it for
top of the
7,
$7
but he
grand
won't
first
put 1
round.
on it for 25. You ain't making sense.
No, we can stack it on the first round. Is what we're saying. We can knock 2 birds out of 1 stone.
Yeah, but we want a grudge race.
We can do it first round.
We're going to win the shootout and take y'all 20.
No. But to win the shootout, you got to get past this guy.
Exactly, but that's fine. So we might not draw him first. Or Joe Blow might put him out.
Boss your tune up. I might boss your tune up in the deal.
100%. But let's
you
make
come
it
over
happen
here and said,
first
what
round.
do you want to do?
Yeah, so let's make it happen
means
first
grudge
round.
racing in the South. I don't know what y'all do in the North, but out there, that means we're going to grudge race.
Okay, so we're doing a shootout, but let's have a grudge race first round.
No, we're going to do the grudge race after the shootout.
I'm going to draw from the back.
You don't want to do that.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm here for the shootout. I wasn't even part of this whole deal, but if you guys
just
want to
said over there,
bet,
I'm driving the car, so that basically said that he
Well, he don't want to put extra hits on it.
I understand, but if you want to put 7 or 8 of it on for $7,000, but you won't put 1 on it for $2,500. Holler at me when you go out first round and you want a grudge race.
He ain't going out first round.
I'm just saying, when he does, he's going to say, where's that dude who want a grudge? Here I am, pick me. Yeah.
Then it's going to cost more.
Yeah, exactly.
It can cost as much as it wants. We can race for the whole pot first round right off the trail if you want.
That's cool with us too.
Let's do it then.
Okay, let's do it.
You guys don't want to do that.
He's the owner.
You don't want to race for $7,000? You don't want to race for $7,000? We can race for $7,000 if you want.
In the shootout, we go right first round.
Okay.
Okay. Get that bread on.
Shake on it. If it's a bet, you gotta shake on it.
Get that bread on.
Hey, 7,000 a side or 3,500 each.
Whatever they can come up with. Stack it till it
Don't say whatever we can come up
falls.
with.
Stack it till it falls
I'm
over.
gonna make your heart hurt now, because I brought some money with me. I'm gonna make your fucking heart hurt now. So don't say whatever we can do now.
Okay.
Hey, who's got a quarter? Let's go ahead and flip the lanes.
I got a quarter.
what is this car?
Cool.
Oh, it's too late for that. I need y'all to flip for lanes.
Oh, another Mustang.
Chico.
Mustang.
I get the call, right? We traveled.
Oh,
you guys traveled.
shit.
Yeah, fucking I don't give a
How long
fuck.
did you drive?
It ain't gonna matter. Call it.
How long
18
did-
hours.
Oh, okay, he did too.
Call it. No, it's just
18
12.
hours?
18 from fucking halfway over there.
He's coming from Canada.
I forgot your phone.
You want what do you want to do? Alright, good.
All right, ready?
Yep.
Call in the air.
Heads.
Oh, off the foot, you'll play her.
Tails.
That's fine. You have a 1-1 or
Did I win?
Hey, you should have. Yeah.
Okay. I'll let you know when you pull another lane, I pull.
My quarter. Whose quarter was it?
Bing bong.
That was Frank.
Hey,
Yours now.
Hey, just so you know, just so everybody knows, we're running the road that we're running on. We're running it backwards, so it's a virgin road. So y'all get ready.
Hey,
Don't matter. We got Davis.
we want to do that in the driver's house.
Hey, you gotta get in his head sometime.
Virgin road, so y'all better turn it up. I mean, turn it down. Oh no, what do we need to do? Y'all got 7 bands? Y'all good? All right. We're gonna let Clifton hold the money, right?
That's between you two. Whatever you guys graduate is fine.
Well, that's normally how we do it in the
Nothing
South.
to do with this, so don't
Yeah.
be trying to.
No. He's cool.
You
He's
want to
cool.
fuck with Tyler? That's
Yeah,
fine.
no, me and Tyler, we do this all the time. Tell him,
Oh,
Tyler.
yeah,
Do we
we're
not?
good, we're good.
We do this all the time.
Cut that part out of the video.
Yeah. Well, I ain't
They don't do this all the time.
I'm the
This is
most
still shit.
guy you'll
This is
meet.
good footage.
I promise you. I'm
No,
dating.
we're not fighting.
Yeah, you can ask any of these guys around here. Am I not the coolest guy did y'all ever meet in the no prep world?
Yeah.
I look like I want to fight, but I promise you, you hit me, I'm calling the police on you. That's how serious I am. That's no joke. I don't want to fight. I want to race, bro. But normally how we do it is we let him hold the money. You know, y'all cool with that?
If you get fired, Tyler, get him in the ribs.
So we're out here at Dig or Die Christmas Clash. This is the pre-game. Every year they do a street race before the actual race at the track, and there's like a lot of cars here. It's gonna be pretty wild night. It's gonna be hard to get this one off, I think, but hopefully with some good luck we can keep it running smooth, or they can keep it running smooth. No accidents. We got a wild grudge right off the, I don't know if they're running first pair or not, but I think the first pair we got a $7,000 grudge race.
Yeah,
so
that'll be interesting.
Noah Stein versus Jason Rank. Yeah, 7,000 per side. They said stack it till it falls over, as Tyler said. So it's gonna be pretty interesting. We'll see who we get first round. Matt's racing tonight too. So this will be what was it? First or second race with the Nova and Nitrous? The big block.
Yeah, I mean this will be second race. The first one, just the nitrous didn't work. Yeah, we spun. But I've made, since we've been in the Carolinas, I've made 3 A to B passes. So I'm feeling pretty confident. I think we got the tune-up figured out. And you know, I don't know what I got for any of these guys, but I want to go fast, and the Nova can do that on this street. So.
This road is pretty fast, but it's narrow, and there's not a lot of room for mistakes. If you have any type of wheel speed, you got to cut out of it and try to gather it up. But like I said, it's gonna be wild. There's a lot of cars, a lot of spectators.
I won't be racing. I'm focusing on filming tonight and keeping track of everything.
It's a lot to try to race 2 cars in the same night at a street race event like this.
And I didn't want to. It wasn't like, it was like, oh, Tommy's left out. No, I opted out. So I'm just gonna try and film some good finish line footage and not get hit by cars that are spinning out. So
it's a tight road, but the road works well. So it's not like it's a narrow road, but you shouldn't be spinning off the line or anything or getting crazy.
I'm probably gonna see some wild
all been down
wheelies. It's gonna be a wild night. I don't really want to get drove around while you're on the bumper with flames fucking shooting out of your shit.
Melt your windows.
Great thumbnail.
There's CJ driving out my life on the back bumper.
Got that new fucking converter. It's got my name written on it.
I'm sure we talked about that before.
Not yet, but if I beat your ass with that thing in it, it will be stamped in it. I promise you.
Where's Yaz?
You want to meet it?
Yes, bro.
Right here, come here. He's counting. He'll count it. We'll count his.
Hey, can we actually stack it to
You know
see
how
if
to
it
count?
falls over?
No.
You don't count 20s. What'd you say? You don't count 20s?
I told you we're broke.
This all y'all can come up with?
Yeah.
Man, I know y'all want to bet some real money.
We're gonna bet more money, but then Nova told us to get the fuck off this trailer.
And then his buddy wanted to beat me up wherever he was at.
Yeah, he thought we were leaving the parking lot.
Oh, they're going in. What the fuck? That's money, dude. There you go. Here's his. $10,000. Hey, just remember who you're talking to when you say stack it up till you fall over. Me and another guy come up with all that.
So did we.
Yeah. But why didn't you have the whole
everyone in
seven?
this parking lot will be
Yeah. Everybody's coming at me like trying to side bet. I'm like, damn, what y'all know about this car on the road?
See, we're not greedy, man. We let everybody.
That's right.
Yeah,
That's right. Well, we try to. We just hang out with a bunch of broke people.
It almost falls over.
That's why I love y'all, motherfuckers.
Why?
Y'all like to gamble. My cup of tea. I don't get heebie-jeebies off $100 bets. They just don't do it for me.
I don't get heebie-jeebies.
You know what I mean? Some people like to let go of the button and they feel that funny shit when I bet
Well,
money.
the problem is, like, you can go down here.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
The shootouts, everyone likes doing the
Oh shit. All right, Billy's in right lane. Yes, Yachty, whichever name he is today.
What's going on, Daddy?
I'm not ready to say it.
Yada. That song stuck in my head.
Gangsta.
6.
I think that's 6.
Which car?
Of course.
3 to 1. Get them on.
It's narrow down there.
I've raced here a couple times.
I was like, oh my god.
Yeah. You ain't have to move much and you feel like you're going off the road.
So, and then you got that much money on the line. You're like, don't touch the sitter. Don't touch the sitter. Don't touch the
no
sitter.
shit.
Hey, see where the front of his car is?
Yeah.
That's where I want you to stop your burnout because we got to go out to there to get the rest of the shit out, all right?
Okay.
But good luck. Be safe, bud.
Yeah, man.
Go down there, I'll get the dually.
Hey, hold on. Hey, y'all want to push him off the road right here? Hey, I don't think you're going to push him. I think just make him.
No. Okay. Right here for a minute.
All right. They said he's going to roll through here. Nobody leaves. Let him go through. Let him go through.
Get out the road. Let the cars come through.
Get out the road.
It's back there.
Everybody out there. Make the hole.
Hey.
You too.
That's what's up, boy.
Y'all don't got no idea on y'all. Man, I keep telling y'all, somebody's gonna get hurt, man. Y'all got all these fucking cameras and stuff out here, man. When somebody get hurt and killed, y'all ain't gonna understand it. Y'all just don't understand, man. You got anything on you? You got a gun, knife, grenade, anything on you? You got anything? Come on, going this way. I'll both of you go this way. Let's go. Come on back here. Come on back here, man.
Show the fuck out.
y'all understand somebody get killed, y'all take all these pictures and stuff. I don't care about your racing, but man, come on now, it makes sense. When other people come through here, you gotta do something, get out the road. Right, it's silly, man. I can't stop you from making your money. I can't do that. I gotta make my money. But all you wanna sit out here and take pictures. Somebody get killed. What you gonna do when somebody get killed? I hope every last one of y'all sit out here and tell us what happened when somebody get killed. Come thousands of miles away, I can't do nothing about that. But y'all wanna sit out here and take pictures. Come on, let's think about this, man. Give him some respect. Give him some respect. I don't mind y'all, man. I can't stop this, man. Y'all been doing this for years. What you gotta say? You wanna do something about it?
Alright, yo, move out the way so you can get through. He said y'all be careful.
The car's on the way.
I think you're good.
You're the only one in the way,
Hey, watch out.
Yeah, the bad thing is like everybody.
He did come out with a gun.
He did have the gun in hand.
Then he started talking shit to all the spectators.
He was pissed originally.
They're probably messing him, Bill.
Yeah, I was so confused because like some dude came up to me with a phone right before that and was like, "Hey, that's the cop that just rolled through. He wants to talk to you and get your autograph later." And I was like,
Bro, I
thought, bro. And then the next one came and he was a state guy, so I was like, "Oh fuck." He doesn't know that guy.
We got two different guys.
I thought we got duped, Billy.
So what did he say? Was he like, all right, you guys go about your business? Or?
He said, "I don't give a fuck about the racing, but y'all need to get the fuck out of the way. People come through."
Yeah, that's cool.
He's like, "Y'all come from thousands of miles away." He's like, "I can't fucking stop that. Y'all been doing this for years." Pretty cool.
Behind the starting line, every single person.
All right, we're rolling. All right, so recap from the weekend. First things first, we went testing Thursday. We gonna talk about that or not?
Yeah, I mean, we can talk about it. We got down there, and normally they do the street race earlier than they did. So, but they didn't this time, so we had an opportunity, and I still hadn't tested to see if the car would go straight, had new gear, everything else.
Yeah, that was the first thing I wanted to do when we got there, was just to make hits on all the cars. It's been cold up here in Ohio. We haven't really been able to make any hits on them. So we went out to the street spot that they usually race on. And even though it's a better road than what is at the track, it was, you know, a road that we could go to and sit there for a while and race, you know, and test.
And just try to figure out the A to B tune-ups. We weren't trying to light the world on fire or anything else, just wheel speed, will it go, what is it gonna do, you know, and make sure, just shake it down. Everything was good. So
yeah. How'd you feel about your new gear and everything?
The new gear was wild because initially the first burnout I did was definitely, I screwed up my first burnout, but it was because that 373 reacted so differently. It didn't do the same thing it's been doing. So, but that's why we went out and tested. I wanted to know what it was going to do, and did that. Made a pass on motor. It went super straight. It went a lot faster than I thought it was going to go. Especially, I mean, we were doing round 1 tune-up for dig or die, so it was still had a lot of power pulled out of it and everything else. But we played with tire pressure. We got that to a point where I felt it was pretty good, and it went straight. The gear worked. I had no complaints about that.
Yeah, I mean, our first hits that we made on the street, the street was junk. It was dirty, so we knew if we could get down and have a tune-up for the first hits on the street on all 3 cars, that should work for first round at Rockingham. So we definitely knew that should work.
Yeah, we were going in with quite a bit of confidence.
Yeah, and then even still, then Friday during the day before we went to the street race, I went out to the other street in front of the track and made a hit and turned the nitrous on because we didn't use any nitrous that first night. I had forgot the torch, and we made 2 passes on motor, turned it up just a little bit. I know Rob wanted to make more, but I was like, it's just going to go faster. We know what it's going to do. I was concerned about fuel and tire wear and everything else, and I wasn't sure if anybody was selling fuel at the track, so I wanted to just be careful on how much we put on the car beforehand. But then Friday went out, made a hit on an absolutely terrible road, which was probably worse. It
made one maybe 2 revolutions of the tire. It tried to get on the tire, but it gathered itself up perfectly, really, for that surface.
And I was able to hit the button.
He was able to hit the button and stay on it and shift the car, and I mean straight A to B from basically the tune-up that we had on the good road, pretty much. I mean, we changed the timing just a little bit for out there, but nothing drastic.
It wasn't crazy, but that's when I started feeling really confident, because I was like, you know, it wasn't what I wanted, but it was a lot faster than I'd ever gone at Rockingham.
And now you're going dead straight 4 times in a row. That's never happened. So
Right,
you're like, we're definitely doing something right.
I mean, overall, it was a great weekend because we didn't know what the Nova was going to do, and a huge shout out to Lucor on that.
Oh yeah.
They got that thing lined out pretty good. I mean, Matt can drive it one-handed with his finger on the button.
We'll talk about that later.
and it's before we pretty much redeemed ourselves on that from the weekend before at Darlington when the car spun in a circle. Matt drifted the car, but
I think it proved the thing that I've been saying for a while, that there's something wrong with the car. I'm not just.
I was starting to think you were just a really bad driver.
Right.
I think a lot of people were like, stay away from Matt. Spin out.
And there was just.
I'm not scared to race next to you now.
No.
I know there was a few people that had talked to me and they're like, oh, I'm afraid to line up next to him because I seen what the car did at Darlington and and I just reassured him, I'm like, look, everything is brand new on the front of this car, and it should go A to B no matter what. If it doesn't go A to B, then I mean, it's almost like
Then I am
throw
really
the
bad
yeah.
driver.
It's almost just like it is really that, you know, he's a bad driver, but you know, to make a hit on that surface that we were at Friday or Thursday testing,
Yeah.
and literally, I mean, we put you in the left lane, and the left lane is crowned more than anything, and the car went straight down the lane, no matter what. So, I mean, either way, we won because we made what, like 6 A to B passes.
I think we made more passes in North Carolina than people who won the race.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. So let's talk about Friday night. You guys decided to go in or buy into the street race. First thing we got there, and Rooney Tyler No Boost and David Ray were getting into it.
Yeah, they were hyping up a Grudge race, and they were wanting to bet a bunch of money. Tyler was betting on Noah Stein,
who didn't even know it at first.
Right.
Yeah,
he just wanted people away from his trailer.
Noah had no idea, and he was so weirded out by people being all over his trailer and being next to his trailer.
He actually
moved in the parking lot. And everybody was like, is he leaving? And he was like, no, he's just moving his truck and trailer because there's too many people by it. But
yeah, David Ray was like, what do you got to race? And Tyler's like, I got this Malibu. And everybody's like, where did Tyler get a Malibu from?
Well, David's like, I ain't never seen no Malibu fuck up a Fox body.
Yeah.
And
then it was game over.
Yeah,
and like
it was.
I don't even think Tyler had talked to him beforehand about that. Like it was just like an on the spot.
It was like, well, let's see the car.
Pretty
much. I mean, and
then that's when they asked Noah to see his car.
And
that's like the greatest thing in the world.
Yeah.
Tyler's wild.
Yeah.
So they did their Grudge race, and for some reason Noah's car would not build boost. And the other guy, it was Jason Rank, he was sitting there on the trans brake for probably 10 seconds.
Yeah.
He came off of it for a second, and then he got back on it.
How'd that not happen? Who do you think was the favorite to win that?
I think
Noah.
I think Noah, yeah.
I think if everything went right, Noah has been on a roll lately, and I mean, I would have bet with Noah.
Yeah.
But
not that Jason's not fast, but just Noah has been really kicking ass.
Yeah, so it was kind of an upset there when that happened, but you know, that's racing.
Yeah.
Shit happens.
That was a 10 grand race.
It was supposed to be 7,000 aside, but it ended up being 5 aside.
5 aside. It's still, it's enough to make you real sore.
Yeah.
I can't.
Yeah, for sure on that.
We didn't see Tyler No Boost for the rest of the evening.
The last time he probably ever bets on Noah.
Yeah, he was pissed at Noah.
We love you, Tyler, though.
But I think we got through like 2 or 3 pairs, and then I was up.
Yeah.
Maybe it was a little more. Maybe it was like
We got through
5th pair.
Yeah, you were 5th. We got through like 3 pairs.
3 pairs.
4 pair. We got through 4 pair because you were the next one up.
Yeah.
And it everything just went to.
Everything went to shit.
Yeah. It was like, oh, we're gonna go to a different spot, and then we load everything up and drive by, and it was like, no, we're gonna stay here.
Well, so when we first got there, the spectators were so bad that when Matt pulled up, we had the Nova on the open trailer with the dually, and we weren't even around like the curve yet.
Not at all.
We weren't even around the curve yet. It's like there's no parking up there.
It was as soon as we turned on the road, there was no parking whatsoever.
I think there was more spectators there than there was at the actual track.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
on Friday at least.
Yeah.
On Friday there was definitely more.
I know when I got up Saturday morning, there was a crap ton of people there. Once we got up.
Bringing it back a little bit, I wasn't even sure if I was gonna race, because like we were talking about before with the fuel and the tires and everything else, but I ended up, something I do sometimes is I called Meatball and I asked her and she said do it. So usually, I know it sounds really weird to call your 5-year-old, but like if I have important life questions, sometimes I'll call her and just she'll give me an answer, and usually whatever answer she gives me is right. So, you know, it all worked out. So I guess she was right. But it was a madhouse trying to get in there, and then after like the first 4 pairs, I think at this point, you had already called me and said, put it back on the trailer.
Right.
So
yeah,
we were,
'cause a cop rolled through with his lights on.
Yeah.
And then he left, and we're like, all right, we're good. And then as I'm doing my burnout, I'm rolling and I'm backing up. Another cop lights up behind us. And at this point, they hadn't told me anything about this cop. Like, I thought we were all good. Like, Clifton had told me that, you know, that the road was theirs for the night and that there was nothing to worry about. But this was a state highway patrolman rolling up behind us, not a county sheriff.
Yeah, I was right in the middle, literally backing you up, and I seen the lights come on, and I was like, oh shit.
Yeah. It almost looked set up because when I was down there at the finish line, right after, as soon as both cars did their burnouts, I saw blue lights, like they were just waiting to see you guys.
Well, he straight like snuck in because he was in that Charger, and there was literally not a light that you could see on that car. It was just a
he must have pulled
Charger.
the headlights off.
Yeah, and like I didn't see anything. Then all of a sudden, bam, the blues, you know, the cherries and berries are lighting it up, and I'm like, oh shit. Billy
He told me to shut it off, so I shut it off.
I told him, I opened the door and I told Billy, I said, shut off, take your helmet off, so we don't have to worry about anything. So I'm just sitting here.
And that cop rolled up, and like he got out of his cruiser, he walked up to the truck, as you've seen in the video, and he told me to get out, and basically I thought I was going to jail.
Pretty much.
Yeah,
I thought
sure.
both of us were going to jail.
I thought we were going to get impounded. And then the cop walked us back to his cruiser, and then somebody in the crowd started talking shit to the cop, and it like
distracted
him.
Yeah.
And he was like threatening to fight this guy. He's like, we can do it right here, and blah blah. And I'm like, holy shit, like, what's going on?
Shit's getting wild.
And then he just leaves. He just left. And then we just kept racing.
Yeah.
Pretty much, yeah.
Meanwhile, like, we're freaking out. Like, I'm running back and forth because I'm like, somebody's got to stay with the truck, whatever. People are coming up to me like, hey, we got bail money, we're good. Like, I'm like, all right. So we got bail money. Don't leave the truck. Don't fucking, you know, keep one of us with it, whatever. And then next thing you know, like, I hear the cop. I'm up by the truck and I hear the cop arguing with somebody. Then all of a sudden, like, he gets in his car or something, like they're cheering or people just started cheering.
It was weird.
It was the craziest shit ever.
So I think the cop was like, you can hear in the video, he said, y'all come from thousands of miles away to come do this shit. I can't stop you. You guys are just gonna find another spot. You guys are gonna race still. Like, you guys have got to be safe. Get the hell off the road. The people were blocking people that were trying to get through.
He was mostly mad about the spectators being all over the place.
That was the biggest thing. We only had one lane of that road open, and then like, because we had talked about, I guess in the driver's meeting or something, but we talked about like parking on the right side and leaving the left side open. So the drivers, we all knew that, except some who were still idiots and wanted to park on the left side of the street and had to move. But like, we were all good on that, but the spectators and shit, just nobody cared. They were everywhere.
Well, the problem is that doesn't work whenever the cops come and everybody tries to go this way and that way, and there's one lane. It don't work.
So.
Yeah, and after the cop left, you know, everybody was standing on the sides, and then they've tracked, you know, grass out into the lanes and the pine needles. There was just pine needles all over the place.
Because the road was sticky. Trash, cigarettes, pine needles.
The road was sticky, so it caught everything off everyone's shoes. Ended up in the lanes. So then when we actually went to race, that's when me and Rob decided we're gonna do 2 burnouts. And we ended up doing one just a little bit to the left and one a little bit just to the right. That way we had basically like a 20-inch groove.
Yeah.
That way when the truck leaves and it goes, you know, whichever way it decides to go, it's still in, you know, good rubber. It's not dirty.
And which is an important note because like, when we were out there, I was behind the truck and people were like yelling and like, oh my God, he's right at the Grover, he's going too far.
When we already had a plan.
Right, like a lot of times we're doing stuff on purpose. Like, I know everybody wants to be helpful. Then I think once people saw how wide that lane got and they were like, oh, okay. Yeah. So like that moment is not
It's just like reading the road, having the crown in the road. We have that wide pop contact patch. And when I back Billy up far enough that he can, if he wants to aim the truck a little bit to the center line to deal with the crown of the road, he's able to do that and not have to worry about losing the tire for at least, the first 70 feet.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so cop leaves after the whole debacle. You guys do your 2 burnouts, and so you raced the teal Mustang, or was it a black? The black.
It was the first one was the blue one from New York. So that was Yadi's buddy.
Right.
I think the Mustang that I raced first round, it left, and it kind of went towards the center, and he had to get out of it and pedal a few times.
Well, watching back the 360 GoPro, he actually slipped off the road on the left side. He actually he was off. He was in the grass, so he had to let off.
That's a very narrow road. There's no room for error.
Yeah, you got to be right on it. So, and then
truck made a decent pass, and then I came back, and I decided I wanted to turn it up a little bit for second round, so I put a little bit more in the 60 foot.
Can I talk about my first round, man?
Yeah.
I was racing too, No, first round I was supposed to race a guy who was actually a big tire, had a black, 80s, 70s.
Split bumper.
Don something.
Don something. And so I guess what ended up happening, I wasn't even sure if I was going to race because this whole thing had gone crazy. Like when we finally went to make your pass, this was after we had put it back on the trailer and we thought we were going somewhere else. So then when you pulled up, I was behind you and there was no space for you to get off the trailer. So I had to pull off, go around, go all the way to the finish and then turn around and park off to the side of the road because I wasn't getting through that crowd.
And by this time we start. What time we start? 10 o'clock.
And it's
10, 11 o'clock. And this is 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning. And we've only to 5 pairs, and we had 26 cars or something like that. Well, it's supposed to be 26 cars, but a bunch of guys had left after the first debacle and all that stuff. So
that's
we ended up with 12, I think it was. And
no, everybody stayed.
Everybody stayed actually.
Everybody did.
Everybody stayed.
The only guy that didn't stay was the guy that I raced, and he ended up not bringing his car back, so he raced me in a dually. We ended up turning it up a little bit because we thought the road was really good, and even though it was, I got crooked in the burnout, and when I did, all that trash and all that shit on the ground got on the tire. So I launched, it spun a little bit, I pedaled it, stayed in it, grabbed the nitrous. Because I was doing so much and not knowing where the 373 gear was on the nitrous, I forgot to shift, so I bounced it off the limiter once or twice, hit the shift, and then at that point I was like, I'm racing a dually. What? I could just let out. I've already won.
Yeah, if you accidentally cross,
right? Yeah, that'd have been so horrible. Why even go through that? So it was nice to even be able to have the thought process, you already won.
Right.
And
you got your data for the most part.
Right. So we got that figured out, and then we went back and drew for round 2, and then you were still before me in round 2, weren't you?
I think so. I think I was.
You were first pair.
I was first pair, second round. I had turned it up just a little bit because I felt the road was a little bit cleaner after the rest of the first round finished up, and we didn't have any more cops roll through or anything, so the lanes didn't get trashed too bad. But it was getting colder out. It was getting into the 40s, I think, maybe low 50s.
And we were on test tires.
Yeah, and we were on tires that I had used for the reaction video with my mom, and I mean that's been months ago. And rolling burnouts at 120.
Yeah, they were feathered out.
They feather the tires pretty quick, and I didn't plan on doing anything but test on those tires, but I wanted to I brought my fresh tires with me for the track race that pays 30 grand.
Yeah.
So I wanted to just keep those for the track, and the street race was kind of just extra, just bonus. So I ended up, being on those tires, and with us doing 2 burnouts at this point, it really wore them quick, especially when you use stripper glitter or you use traction compound.
Well, you did 2 burnouts versus the green Mustang and the black Mustang, if I remember right. Too.
But we got stuck in the right lane for both rounds, and after every round, it did not matter. The people jumped the right side up like no tomorrow.
Yeah.
And so we literally had no choice to clean it up. I mean, we couldn't lint roll it because it wouldn't pull it up.
No.
And if we did do that, then the tires are full of pine needles. So it was like, well, we're just going to have to do one for 40 feet, and then we're going to back up and do another short one, just so we have that patch.
At that point, we had just seen what happened
Right.
when I got a little bit out of it.
Yeah, so we had that game plan, and it worked. I mean, the truck worked just fine.
Yeah, it worked okay. Second round, I think I beat that next Mustang by a couple cars, maybe 3
About
cars.
2.
It was hazing the tire down track, and I wasn't really happy about it because I felt like the truck has done better in the past down track, but there wasn't much I could do about it at the time. Like, I had all the weight in it.
I just think the big factor on that was the tire.
Yeah.
The tire just wasn't there.
Yeah.
Plus, by that time, like you said, it was like 45, 40 degrees outside. It was cold.
Yeah.
So then I ended up getting paired up with Jonathan McElroy, handicap, which is cool because he's been asking me to race for like ever. Like last year when I was at that spot, he wanted to race me last year when I had the LS nitrous. And so, we just, I think the problem, I probably shouldn't have. I ended up turning it down on the hit a little bit just because I was worried about what happened to the tires. And that was just a little miscommunication deal because we had so much stuff going on at once, and then my car was all the way back there, and
I had talked to him too, and he said his has come a long way.
Oh,
from
he
what
was
it was.
fine.
He was having problems,
Yeah.
and he finally switched over to the methanol and all that stuff, and he's finally.
I got to give him credit too. He can drive.
Yeah, he can.
For being only able to use his arms, like I don't know if I could do that, man.
He was driving his ass off, and we got out together and probably hung together for a little while, and then I just got turbo fucked and he was gone. So but it was a good race, clean race, so I was happy with it. And at this point we're now 4 or 5 passes into all the changes and everything actually doing what it's supposed to do. And
you were competitive,
right? Yeah, like,
you were a legit competitor in that race, in both races all weekend.
Right. So it was nice to do that. Like, it was a great sigh of relief.
And in big terms, I mean, that was like we won the weekend.
Yeah.
I mean, we didn't have to do anything really but put fuel in the car.
I mean, before that, I wouldn't trust that car to stay between the 2 lanes on that road, let alone the one.
Damn straight on that one, yeah.
And went right on through there, tight lanes, didn't have any problem, it's got a little bit of a crown, so like, when we look at the videos probably from the daytime race, you can see I still drive a little bit, but it's just...
It's not this.
Right, yeah, it's here
just
to here.
this.
It's here to here, and keeping it just riding that crown and riding that line and everything else. So, but I ended up going out, and at this point I was pretty tired, so I was like, cool, let's get on the trailer and let's see if we can help Billy win.
Yeah, and I didn't. But third round come around, I raced the same guy that beat you, and this is my first time racing him, I think. And he made a hell of a pass. I don't know if he turned it up.
From the pass that he made against Matt, at least in the short time, he definitely turned it up in the short time because the car left hard. It had a.
He told me he grabbed the scramble and just held it. So I don't.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The car definitely ran faster than what it did against Matt.
Yeah.
Because his 60-foot was
a lot
more violent.
He beat you by what he beat you in the 60-foot.
Pretty much. It was like 3/4 of a car.
He's 60-footed, just a little faster than me, and I could see him the whole time, and like I was just waiting for it to like grab and like shoot out, come around him. But the truck just never grabbed. Like I could feel it when it sets me back in the seat and starts to pull down, and it just hazed the whole way. And I was I had my hand on the scramble ready to hit it, but when you're that close to somebody on that narrow of a road, like he never had space on me and I never had space on him. We were always right next to each other, and you're moving back and forth, and you can tell each other getting closer and farther away and closer and farther away. You can't grab the scramble in that
It's just
situation.
not worth trying to add that extra power to it when you're that close. And
Like, it already had wheel speed. Me grabbing the scramble probably wasn't gonna get it anyways.
I would have slowed it down, to be honest.
It probably would have slowed it down.
Just spun the tire more and then it's screwed.
Like it grabbed like right at the finish line, and I came around and like right after it, but it was just too late. So, I mean, props to him. Like,
good race.
Very good race.
He did what he had to win, and you know, we learned from it.
And he kept wanting to race first. Like, he kept wanting to be first.
Yeah, he's like, I want to go home.
I'm tired. So then he beats me, and then he beats Billy, and I'm like, poor John. He just wants to go home and go to sleep, and he keeps winning. He can't. So.
But good props to him though, for that
Yeah.
race. I mean, I think in the next round he had a hitter for the next round.
Well, yeah. I mean, at that next round, that was pretty much the
What
point.
was it?
where
Was Jolene was still in, and
Yeah, so we left, because it was 5 in the morning, we have to race tomorrow, we have to be up at like 10 the next day.
But yeah, we only got 2 hours of sleep for the next day.
Yeah, so we left, and we didn't get to film the rest of the race, but Jolene won, right?
Yeah.
And he won the one last year, too. He dominates that road.
That road is like his road.
Yeah.
well, he's a local too down there.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's hard to get under a local, you know. It's,
Home field advantage.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely a thing.
He's probably made more passes there than anybody.
But who did he race in the finals? I know.
Boswell.
Yeah, because I was gonna say he was making some really good passes.
Yeah.
I just want to say that CJ is the baddest baddest dude ever behind the wheel of a Mustang doing a wheelie on the street.
Anybody that can pedal a car with the candles lit at 300 feet was just a badass in my opinion.
Yeah.
He was telling us that like he got up on the bumper, it was coming down, and it was coming down too fast, so he grabbed the second kid.
Grabbed all of them.
Yeah. I'm like, what are you doing? He's just gangster.
Yeah.
CJ's gangster.
Yeah, to have the mind to pedal it, get off on and off the wide open throttle switch, then as it's coming down, to make it set down smoother, you add more power once it gets below that certain point where it's coming down.
Yeah.
And it worked.
He told me, he was like, I'm gonna have to take my hood off for that road because he's got like a 4-inch scoop.
Yeah.
He said he can't see the white line on the right side of the road.
You can't see anything when you're looking at the stars.
Exactly.
Well, that's what a lot of those guys, like I've talked to some of them, when they're up like that, you know, they have the white line down the center, the yellow down the center. A lot of those guys, when they're up like that, that they'll be like this and you can't see anything, so they look like this out the window. And you can
He
see
told
the
me he
line.
was looking down at the other car.
Yeah, if you see yourself getting closer to it, then that's when they. But I mean, for that road though, CJ's got his stuff set up because it went straight.
Yes.
On a wheelie for 300 feet.
I mean, you
with
ain't
the candles
got
lit.
but like 6 or 8 inches on either side.
Yeah.
So to do a wheelie out to half track almost, and set it down, keep it in your lane, and damn near still win.
Right.
I think he would have beat Boswell if it wasn't a wheelie.
CJ's first hit that he made, that car 60-footed so hard that we were like, damn, like CJ is a hitter tonight on this.
I don't know how he keeps the front end down,
And
to be honest.
You know, and then second round came along and we're like, oh, the road's getting even better. That car's gonna leave even harder. And it went into that. It left harder. It definitely left harder, but he didn't want it to go in the air. But
wow.
I think he could have. It could have went. He probably could have won a couple more rounds, if not won the whole thing.
Yeah, I've been racing with CJ since I was 16, and he knows that car like the back of his hand. Just like I know my truck and what I can do and how far I can push it, he knows that Mustang just the same way.
Yeah.
He's been racing that car for a long time.
Yeah. But overall, it was a good night. It was obviously stressful. There was obviously some shit that didn't go right and everything else, but like
we all worked together though.
Yeah.
We got through it.
We got through it. We got it done. I only lost my cool one time.
Yeah, only once.
Only one time though.
Only
Is
once.
my cool.
We definitely know the horn works.
The horn on the dually works real nice.
Yeah, Matt was like super mad, and he was moving the truck and trailer, and all I hear is just somebody laying on the horn. Get the fuck out of the way!
I was just mad because everybody was just standing there. Like, I'm trying to come through, and everybody just standing there staring
looking at you
me.
like deer in headlights.
Right, like in the way, everything. Like, get out of the way. Help a brother out. Like,
Somebody next to me was like, "Is that Matt?" I'm like, I don't know.
Isn't that your truck?
It looks like him. I don't know.
It must be another golden nose.
Like, I thought he was about to run some people over.
We thought he was too.
Somebody.
Oh yeah, but that's the thing. Like,
you're about to Grand Theft Auto some people.
Tommy's in the backseat like, Matt, chill the fuck out.
Because like there was a tight space, like we're in that wide ass dually and the trailer's behind you, and you're fitting through like a 1 car length space. I'm like, he's not even looking because his head's out the window like this. I'm just like, oh.
So as it turns out, I can lose my temper too. Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, that was a high stress situation. We had some other stuff going on, whatever, and we got through it. The fact of the matter is, I've never been. I'm not gonna say that. We've been to street races that have, gone very well, been very well organized. We've been places where the spectators are very respectful of everything and super helpful. But 90% of the time, that's just what street racing is.
I mean, for as many spectators over there and everything else, Clifton and his crew did a wonderful job trying to keep everybody at bay.
Yeah.
It would have been a perfect freaking street race if all the damn spectators wouldn't have been there.
Yeah. Can you tell him what Clifton said when somebody came up to him and told him there was a fire?
Oh yeah, so somebody was like, this is just after the cop left, and like that whole thing happened. Somebody came up to him and was like, hey, there's a fire in the woods. Like, you're in North Carolina, there's pine needles and like trees and like shit's flammable. Yeah. He's like, yeah, there's a fire out in the woods and we can't put it out. And Clifton goes, if it's small and contained, I'm not worried about it. And like I look over and like somebody's stomping the fire and the pine needles, and like he's like, dude, I'm not gonna go over there and stomp my fucking foot over there. Like, I'm just not doing it. Like he doesn't care. I love Clifton, dude. He's always, with how hectic things are, he's still the captain of the ship.
Stays calm, cool,
level-headed.
And he straight tells the people,
The FBI could have rolled up and he would have been like, it's okay. Like, I know that. You know what I mean? It's fine. We talk.
Yeah.
Like,
it's still our road.
Clifton, it's the FBI.
Fucking Secret Service roll up there. Nah, my president's the boy. Don't worry.
Dude, he literally has that guy that follows him around. He says it's his lawyer, but his lawyer like follows him around all the time. It's like that.
What does Clifton do?
I don't know. I don't know.
He's very interesting.
He's very interesting.
They should make the most interesting man in the world commercials with Clifton telling his stories. So, but it was a good race Friday night. We had a good time. We didn't get back till 6 a.m. something.
Yeah, I think we finally laid down at like 6:30.
Yeah. So.
And up again at, I think.
I was up at 9:30 and woke you guys up. Yeah. Like, hey, we gotta get the cars checked in.
I went straight from bedhead to tech.
Bedhead to tech. So
yeah.
We'll get into that in the Rockingham video, and we'll start telling the stories from that day, from Saturday. But another great night racing on the street. I'm getting more competitive. You got some stuff to figure out, but we're figuring it out.
We were able to let that bud eat straight from the roll, straight from the dig.
No, we weren't at that point yet. That's Sunday.
Well, yeah. We'll edit that part out. Cut.
No, close it out.
Close it out.
What do you want me to say? Drawing blank.
Thank you for watching Street
Thank you for watching Street Racing Channel. We'll see you guys in the next one.
This has been another video courtesy of PBS. If you enjoy public broadcasting, please donate to your local PBS news station.
Channel 35.
Snap.
Damn it, Kenny. All right, thank you guys for watching this video. I appreciate it. Make sure you guys subscribe to DNR Auto and Street Racing channel. We'll see you next time.